Interesting facts about elephants' appearance and behavior. Why are people so interested in elephants, and what is their uniqueness? Well, first of all, of course, their gigantic size strikes the imagination. Elephants are the largest living land animals. They can reach a height of 4 meters with a body length of 7.5 meters and weigh up to 7 tons. Secondly, elephants have an unusual appearance: a massive body, a huge head with a long trunk, fan-shaped ears, and small intelligent eyes, pole-shaped legs. Yes, such a creature is remembered at first sight and never confused with anyone else. Not without reason, even very young children who have seen elephants only on the picture instantly recognize them in the zoo. Perhaps the most distinctive feature of the elephant is its amazing trunk. Many people think it's just a long nose, but it's actually an elongated, muscular upper lip fused to the nose. So why do elephants need such a decoration? The reason is that the body structure does not allow these animals to lower their head to the ground and graze like a cow or a horse. So, most likely, the trunk appeared in the course of evolution as a tool necessary for collecting food. It's made up of 40,000 muscles, so it's very agile and unusually strong. An elephant's trunk is even more than a human hand. With it you can pluck grass and branches, drag heavy logs, and, if necessary, lift a tiny object like a match or a coin from the ground. An elephant does it with special finger-like spurs located at the very end of the trunk. The trunk is also used as a pump. An adult elephant sucks into it almost a bucket of water and sends it to his mouth for drinking or watering himself as from a shower. Elephants use their trunk to make various sounds, express emotions, and communicate with each other, and it also serves as an excellent weapon of defense and attack. Before striking an opponent, an elephant curls his trunk in a spiral, covering his most sensitive places. As for the force of such a blow, it can easily kill a grown man. Feeding elephants eat mostly coarse and low-calorie plant foods, leaves, twigs, and bark. Their intestines are home to special microorganisms that break down fiber, but still almost half of the food is not digested. That's why an adult elephant has to eat 150 to 300 kilograms of food daily and graze for 15 to 16 hours. There is one huge molar in each half of an elephant's jaw to grind food. These teeth gradually wear out and are replaced by new ones that slot in the back of the jaw and move forward to replace the erased ones. There are only 6 of them, and they are replaced about once every 10 years, which determines the elephant's lifespan, about 60 years. Peculiarities of elephants don't have tusks, but the upper jaw has 2 huge curved incisors, the tusks. The biggest known African elephant's tusks reached a length of 3.5 meters and weighed 107 kilograms. Elephants use them to dig the ground, cut bark, break thick limbs, and even tree trunks. Elephants' feet are very interesting. The ends of their toes are covered with strong, flat, and wide hooves, and the skin of the sole is ribbed, like in sneakers. Underneath it, there is a special jelly-like springy mass that allows these giant animals to tread almost silently and not get bogged down in swampy terrain. Elephant skin is very thick, virtually hairless and devoid of sweat and sebaceous glands, which is why it needs special care. Elephants can lie in mud baths for hours, and then also sprinkle themselves with sand and dust. Quickly drying in the sun, the mud forms a thick crust, which well protects the animal from overheating and blood-sucking insects. Reproduction elephants usually live in family groups led by older, experienced females, while males remain isolated for most of the year. The gestation period of these giants is very long, 20 to 22 months, and is born only one baby elephant weighing about 100 kilograms. In contrast to adult animals, its body is covered with long hair. Soon after birth, the baby is able to follow its mother, but it continues to need her care for a very long time. At first, it cannot even use its own trunk, and it drinks water and milk directly with its mouth. The mother feeds the elephant with her milk for more than 3 years, and cares for it until it is 15 years old. Later, young males leave the group, while females remain in the group and help their mothers raise their younger siblings. Elephants have a very low reproduction and growth rate, and during their lifetime, elephants bear only 5 to 10 cubs. Varieties of elephants. There are now only 2 species of elephants left on Earth. The Indian, or Asian, elephant lives in Southeast Asia, and the African elephant inhabits all of sub-Saharan Africa. True, their once united ranges are now fragmented into separate areas. It is not difficult to distinguish these species. The Indian elephant is smaller than its African counterpart. It also has smaller ears, and only the males have tusks. These species have different habitats. The Indian elephant is mainly a forest animal, while the African elephant lives in the savanna, where it is much hotter. So that's why elephants have such huge ears. They work like air conditioners, because they are equipped with a huge number of blood vessels, in which the excessive heat is given off. And to intensify the process, elephants constantly flap their ears, creating air currents. Elephant and man. The history of the relationship between elephant and man is very dramatic. In ancient times, they were respected and deified. The Egyptians knew about them as early as the 17th century BC. Asian elephants were used for military purposes by the rulers of Asian states, and African elephants were in the armament of the army that Hannibal led to Rome. Hindus have been using domestic elephants for various heavy works, transportation, and hunting for over 5,000 years. Unfortunately, man has always valued extremely highly not only the strength of elephants, but also their tusks, the so-called ivory. People have killed elephants by the thousands for it. The trade hasn't stopped even nowadays. Annually, about 800 tons of ivory are still sold on the world market. Elephants are also killed for the love of big game, and in all 50,000 to 100,000 elephants are killed each year. The result is obvious. Indian and African elephants are listed in the Red Book of the International Union for Conservation of Nature. And if people don't change their attitude toward these amazing animals, they may soon disappear from the face of the earth altogether.